Okay, let's dive straight in. Formula One. You think Monaco, Silverstone, maybe Texas Heat,
Right, those glamorous spots.
but Fishers, Indiana. That's the surprising new address for some really serious racing innovation.
That certainly is unexpected,
Huh?
which makes it all the more fascinating, I think. We're taking a close look today at Cadillac's decision, a big one, to put their Formula One global headquarters right there,
Yeah.
in Fishers.
Exactly. And we're leaning on Karakonde's insights for this. So for everyone listening, our mission here is to, cut through the noise and really get what this huge project, what is it, $200 million?
$600
dollars?
million, 400,000 square feet.
Wow. And promising around 300 high-tech jobs. What does
Yeah.
that actually mean for Fishers, for the region? It's definitely not your typical small-town story. This has some real horsepower behind it.
Absolutely. And it's not just about, the fast cars. It's about real tangible shifts, the economy, jobs, even how the town itself develops. So yeah, let's break down this high-octane project.
Right. So picture this. A massive cutting-edge campus. It's taking shape right next to the Indianapolis Metropolitan Airport. And this isn't just like a warehouse.
No, no, this is the nerve center.
Yeah, this is where the magic happens. The design, the builds, the meticulous prep work for Cadillac's F1 cars. They're aiming for a 2026 debut, right?
That's the target. And when you say magic, we're really talking high-level expertise.
Hmm.
They need engineers pushing automotive tech boundaries.
Aerodynamicists too, right? The wind whisperers.
Exactly. The specialists who sculpt the car, cheat the wind, find that crucial downforce. Plus, yeah, the highly skilled technicians, the admin teams holding it all together.
Yeah.
It's a significant injection of very specific talent.
A very specific, highly paid talent pool, presumably. And the state's clearly on board. The Indiana Economic Development Corporation, they're offering up to $19 million in tax credits.
That's a strong signal, isn't it? Shows how much they anticipate the impact.
For sure. Now, this project has a bit of a backstory. It wasn't always purely a Cadillac thing, was it?
No, and that's what's kind of intriguing here, the evolution. Initially, there were strong ties discussed with Andretti Global.
Yeah.
Plans included IndyCar operations, maybe even a motorsport museum.
Oh, interesting. So what changed?
Well, it seems the shift to a dedicated Cadillac F1 facility happened because of a few things, maybe leadership changes, and importantly, Formula One regulations. They tend to favor single-team operations for these kinds of purpose-built facilities.
Right, makes sense. And that leads to that quote from the team principal, Graham Loudon. He called Fishers our beating heart. That really lands the point, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It stresses how central Fishers will be. A fully American operation, U.S. flag,
Yeah.
even though they'll have, support facilities elsewhere, Silverstone in the UK, Charlotte, NC,
Fishers is the core. That's got to be a major point of local pride.
undeniably.
Mm.
And connecting that to the local scene, Kara Conde, who knows Fisher's commercial real estate inside out, she sees this as more than just one building. She thinks it's like a magnet,
A magnet? How so?
pulling in other high-tech companies, building on Fisher's existing rep in that sector.
Yeah.
It's not happening in a vacuum.
Okay, right. So for anyone listening who maybe doesn't know Fishers that well, it's really been carving out this identity as a tech hub lately. So the Cadillac HQ, it kind of slots right into that vision.
Exactly, it fits. And think about the direct impact. These 300 skilled people, likely bringing families, that means a surge in demand for housing, right?
Definitely housing. Plus, local shops, restaurants, services, everything gets a boost.
It supports that whole growing professional community.
And you can't forget the F1 factor itself, the global spotlight.
Huge, massive international audience. This project puts Fishers on a world stage instantly. Think about tourism potential, team events down the line, maybe even bigger motorsport happenings.
Yeah, the possibilities. And it's interesting how the mayor, Scott Fadness, framed it. He said it aligns with Fisher's commitment to innovation and quality of life.
That's key, isn't it? It's not just about the tech, but about the place itself. It says a lot about the city's strategic thinking.
It really does. And it's worth noting, the facility is near the Ritchie Woods Nature Preserve.
Right, which suggests they're thinking about the environment. Even with all this high-tech stuff,
Yeah.
Cadillac F1 has committed to F1's environmental rules, too.
It's an interesting mix, isn't it? High performance, cutting edge engineering, but also trying to be mindful, sustainable.
Well, sustainability is becoming increasingly crucial in Formula One itself, so it fits that trend too.
Absolutely. And like Karakonde said, for the residents, this is more than just dollars and cents. It's civic pride. It boosts the city's brand, shows it's a place where, ambitious things happen, even incredibly fast things.
Yeah, it definitely elevates the perception.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears slightly. Think about the actual ground, the real estate. The implications here look pretty significant.
Oh, for sure. Fisher's Market is already active, but this this feels like pouring gasoline on the fire in a good way.
Right. LoopNet data shows about 1.7 million square feet of commercial space currently available. But that might get snapped up faster now.
You'd think so. With Cadillac coming, maybe suppliers or related tech firms follow. You'll see more demand for offices, industrial spaces, even retail to serve everyone.
And that demand almost always leads to new development, doesn't it? New construction, maybe more tech parks, mixed-use areas, catering to these professionals.
And the houses. 300 new, probably well-paid jobs. People will need places to live. Apartments, townhouses, single-family homes.
All types. Realtor.com puts the current median home price around $400,000. That already tells you Fishers is desirable. This will likely push demand and potentially prices up further.
Yeah, it's already known for good reasons, though. Top-rated schools, lots of parks, a lively downtown.
All those quality of life factors we mentioned, they become really important when people are relocating for jobs like these.
And Karakonde, coming back to her, she's got the credentials, negotiation expert, luxury homes. She calls this a once-in-a-generation opportunity for Fishers.
That phrasing really captures the potential scale of the impact, doesn't it? Her local expertise gives us that valuable ground-level view.
Yeah, she sees how this could really reshape things, open up new investment avenues for years.
So, zooming out a bit, let's think bigger picture. We talked about Fisher's tech focus, and it's right next door to Indianapolis.
The racing capital of the world, home of the Indy 500.
Exactly. So this Cadillac F1 project doesn't just build on the tech side, it deeply embeds central Indiana even further into the global motorsport map.
It's an interesting contrast, maybe, with Rahal Letterman Landing Racing having their big HQ in Zionsville nearby.
Yeah, RLO is huge for IndyCar and sports cars. Definitely part of the region's identity. But Cadillac bringing a full Formula One works team that's arguably putting Fishers right at the forefront of this specific, super high-profile international racing category.
And that F1 global reach. We keep coming back to it, but it's massive. That exposure could attract other international businesses, investors looking at the region.
Definitely creates new connections. And there's the sustainability angle again. Cadillac F1 committing to that aligns with F1's own goal net zero carbon by 2030.
So Fishers isn't just a motorsport hub. It could become a center for green tech within motorsport, too.
Potentially, yes. It positions the city nicely in that growing field.
Which brings us back to Karakonde's view of Fishers evolving. Not just a suburb anymore.
But a global player.
Yeah.
That was her phrase. And this project feels like a giant leap in that direction.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's try and sort of wrap this up. Key takeaways.
Well, clearly, Cadillac's F1 headquarters in Fishers is way more than just a new building. It's a major catalyst for economic growth, for high-value tech jobs, and for some big changes in the local real estate market.
And bigger picture, it really boosts Fisher's profile on the world stage. Makes it this dynamic center where tech meets top-tier motorsport. It's a pretty amazing combination, especially for a place you might not have expected it.
Yeah, which kind of leaves us with a final thought maybe for our listeners to chew on. What does this tell us about where innovation happens next?
Interesting question.
Could we see more of these huge, globally significant projects landing in places that aren't the traditional hotspots, driven by, smart local planning and these big global shifts?
Definitely something to think about. The geography of innovation might be changing.
It could be.
And hey, if this deep dive has piqued your interest in Fishers, maybe the real estate side, and you want to connect with someone on the ground, Karakonde is the expert we mentioned.
Right, she seems very knowledgeable about the area.
You can reach her at 317-999-9888 or email it's kara@karakonde.com. That's C-A-R-A at CARACONDE.com. We can probably link her Google business page too.
Yeah, having that local insight is invaluable when something this big lands in a community.
Absolutely. Well, keep those engines running and that curiosity fueled. We'll be back with another deep dive soon.